everybody. Welcome to Everything Goes Visual Podcast. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. This is my first episode. So for my first episode, I wanted to bring two of my favorite people in this whole entire world, honestly. Two genuine people. You guys know how hard it is to find genuine souls, people that you connect with off rip in 2022. And these two gentlemen have been grinding hard since the moment that I have met them, been around them, seen them. You always hear and see the artists, but you never get to see who's really running the shows and who makes the magic happen. So I wanted my podcast to be more about everybody who's behind the scene. Yes, we're gonna have people who, artists, the people who's in the limelight, but I think it's time to give flowers and credit due to the people who make the shit happen, honestly. And we don't do enough of that in these podcasts. No offense to everybody else, but my shit is gonna be a little bit different than what you're used to. So with that said, I want my two guests to come on in. Before we get more into artist management, I want you guys to go around and tell me specifically who your artists are, who you guys work with, what's the brand. I want the people to be able to follow on all social media. So, Dame, do you want to start?
Yep. What's up, everybody? Dame. If you see me in the street, say what's up. I'm with Alton Management, managing Dim Season. Go check them out. Also, I help manage with Milk Shop Benedict under my brand for Ain't No Hold Up, getting things popping in the city, and also working with this, a plethora of different artists in the city, such as Clark D. Maystar, Miranda Ray, C4, etc. The list goes on, just because we're trying to create that family. You feel me?
Yeah, my name's Scoobz from Boston. I manage Not Average Management. I manage Mizzy Cash, B Blazo, J Bando, and Cash Cartel. That's it.
Okay.
That's pretty much
you
it.
both got a heavy roster. Okay, and I know you both have two different genres. Okay, and I heard you mention one female, but you did not mention any females at all.
Females right now.
So please let me know why.
Because
I'm a fan of Mizzy.
Yeah.
I love Vando. I love all of them. They're all great. But I just feel like we're missing a little bit more female representation in Boston.
Well, I haven't tapped into any female artists as of yet. So I'm open to managing females, but I haven't tapped into any yet. So we could work.
Okay.
Time is everything.
All right. So who's your favorite female artist in Boston right now? Let the people know.
Yeah, just to be clear,
I
I just work with Miranda, so I also don't manage any female artists either. So you're not alone. Not to say that females in the city aren't going crazy doing the thing right now. Timing is everything, and I'm sure once there's like that female that fits with your brand,
it will go together.
Yeah,
of course. So who's your favorite female artist? Like she said?
You guys are avoiding my question.
Oh no, no avoiding.
I need some names. I need some names. Because I feel like people don't know. People don't know that there's female artists that's actually grinding out here in Boston.
I say for Boston, I give it to Shay Bands.
Okay.
Favorite artist, Shay. Well, my favorite female
artist right now.
I'll give it to Shay Bands.
Yeah. Okay.
But also shout out Key. She just dropped a tape. She's going crazy.
Yeah, I fuck with Key.
You got Pimp Daddy Dane. You got
shout out to Dane, Sosa.
All them going crazy. Memes going crazy in the city. So there definitely is a strong presence in the city with females doing their thing. Shout out Miranda Ray. She go crazy. Shout out Bams Fest.
Okay. I'm loving the names getting dropped.
Yeah, they do their thing.
Okay, so now I want to know more about you guys. So I know a lot of people that be like, yep, I'm managers, I manage, but like you don't hear anything about their artists. You don't see nothing dropping. Their artist is still the same place that they've been freaking 10 years ago when you heard from them. Or you don't even hear about their artists anymore. So what made you guys start like, okay, I'm gonna take this seriously, and how long have you guys been doing this?
You wanna go first?
You go first.
You go first.
You look like you was ready. You look like you was ready.
Trying to delegate everything. You go first.
Nah, I've been managing for like 6 years right now, and it started off of me trying to do music with my boys, and then I came across the artist of Mizzy Cash, and he was just talking to me one day, and his words was just mad smart. So I'm like, bro, I want to manage you instead of me doing this music shit. So I was just like, fuck all this music shit. Let me manage this kid and take him places he's never been and shit. So that was mainly my whole thing. That was 6 years ago. So started managing 6 years.
Okay, and you know what? That's good for you because a lot of people think I'm a rapper. Everybody thinks they're supposed to be in the front, but sometimes that's not your calling. And if you see that's not your calling and you're, brave enough, smart enough, humble enough to be like, okay, I'm going to put my all into that person, like kudos to you. Because not a lot of people will admit, like, yep, I used to rap. People got to Google it or, YouTube it. Go on YouTube and be like, wait, wasn't this you? Everybody loves doing that,
Shit, crazy.
So, good for you.
Appreciate
and go ahead, Dame. Why did you decide to start managing?
So when I started, I had no real intentions. I came back from DC and I was just, figuring out, where I'm going to go in the city and how I'm going to make things shake. But, I always had a good network and, decent project coordinator skills, just putting things together. So my boy Milkshot Benedict, who I've been tight with since elementary days, he reached out to me. He's been doing music in the city. And, things were starting to pick up at this time around 2015, 2016. And he was just looking for help. And, that's my brother. So, I'll do anything, just to help push his brand. Any of my friends, I want to do what I can to help push and make them great. So once he was like, man, I want you to be my manager, help me out with this. It was like a no-brainer. I said, yeah, bro, I'm here to help. I don't know much, but I'm here to learn. Whatever it takes to make it happen. And that's where the longevity and the continuation of things going. It's like, all right, let's push. I'm gonna push a little bit, all I need is you here, right, pushing with me. And everybody doesn't have those hot days or those hot weeks, so you might need to push a little bit more this week. You take a step back, they push more, but it's, understanding. That you're making fire art, you're making fire work. Just keep pushing.
So, do you guys feel like there's favoritism in Boston when it comes to music, when it comes to shows, when it comes to being played in the parties, clubs? Like, how do you guys feel about that? I have my own opinion, but I want to hear you guys' opinion first. Go ahead.
Now, I don't necessarily feel like there's favoritism. I feel like certain artists put themselves out there to get heard, and certain artists just feel like, okay, just because I have this name, I just put it out, and you're already supposed to latch onto it, and it don't happen like that. So you have to be in these faces a lot so you can get your records heard. So.
Okay, and what about you? How do you feel?
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say, yeah, it's favoritism, but basically just based on what you just said, like, this is my favorite person because they're consistent. They're coming out. I'm seeing their face. That's my favorite. I'm going to put my favorite person up that I feel like is going to get the bag and going to, help push my club, my venue, whatever. Because if you're not my favorite, what are you doing here? I'm not going to let you in the door.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you in the door. Either that or I'm going to charge you something crazy if you're not my favorite. So I think there is, politics, favoritism going on. And, you got your big names, your bubbling names in the city, and they're going to get the more play throughout the venues because it's like, oh, I heard this name.
Exactly.
They someone's favorite. I like that.
They putting in that groundwork, though,
They put in that groundwork. You can't be a favorite without that groundwork.
True.
Unless you just like super blessed, lucky. I don't know.
That's true.
All right, so you guys have multiple artists out here. Like, there's multiple names being spit out while you guys are talking. So how do you guys prioritize? Like, do you be like, okay, since I know Malcolm for the longest time, I'm gonna, work with Malcolm more. Mizzy was my first. So how do you guys juggle that? Like, how do you put up the boundaries? How do you guys make it all work,
Based on whoever's going the hardest, honestly.
Go hard.
Come on.
It's literally, Scoobz. At the moment, like, if all of them are going to the studio doing their thing, it's like whoever's throwing the hits at me, like sending me the songs, and I'm like, okay, the people are gravitating to this, so let's push your project more, so then the other person's project. That's how I look at it. But I don't really think it's like one that you pick and you be like, oh shit, I gotta pay attention to you more. It's just like whoever's giving me the more interactions, I feel like.
Okay. And you, because you said that you also work with Malcolm and you have the Ain't No Hold Up, correct?
Yes,
correct me, because I want to make sure all the names, you guys hear it correctly, so y'all could figure it out and do your research.
Figure it out.
So, and then I also heard about Dim. Did I say that?
Yes,
correct?
yes,
Dim?
yes.
Okay, so how, that sounds like two different labels, two different...
For sure. Two different situations where all 10 I work with a team, so it's like, you know, we delegate the tasks. Like, it's very important. Communication is key in all of this. In terms of, let's say hypothetically they're dropping 2 songs on the same day, I would like you said earlier, ain't no hold up, ain't you, ain't no hold up. That's my my lifestyle, my mindset, to where if I need to go harder and just really schedule my time to the point where I can make both make sense and make it happen, I'm going to make that happen. And it's gonna be, I feel like it just helps me as a person get better, you know, and as a manager, just managing my own time to make shit shake, and then delegating different tasks to different people, so I don't have to bear all of that on my shoulders, because it's easy to get overwhelmed, stuck in your head, fried, burnt out, you know. So it's all communication, prepping beforehand, and just going as hard as possible.
Okay.
Just go hard.
Okay. Whew. That is so true, because it's definitely do get burnt out. Like, how we had to reschedule this how many times, guys, you know? We took a little while to reschedule it. So I definitely know about burnt out, especially in this day and age. Like, there's so much going on in this freaking world, guys. Y'all watch the news, or is it just me? Am I the only one who watches the news?
I only watch Black Twitter.
Okay, so even Black Twitter be telling you how the world is effed up right now. Effed up. Every day you go on Twitter, social media, someone's getting exposed. Someone's fighting. There's war. Are we broke? Are we poor? Is there a recession? Is there not a recession?
So
you
get
know?
ready for that.
Also, speaking of that, so how did you guys still try to keep your artists engaged during COVID and all that next stuff? Because I've seen a lot of people were doing TikToks. Are you did you guys tap into TikToks? What kept you guys going? Or did you guys you could be honest too. You could tell me and say honestly, we didn't do shit. We weren't motivated, you know. So what happened? What's going on with that? How did you guys feel?
We built home studios, so each artist got home studios, and they just build up a massive music, and it's all in the vault, ready to come out. We just gotta do videos.
Okay. Yeah. And what about y'all? What do you can't do?
COVID was a time where it was we know everybody's in the crib, you know, motherfuckers are sitting down, stagnant, waiting for something to do, looking for something to look at because you're stuck in the crib. So that was golden opportunity, gold time, get creative as possible. People were still shooting videos, still doing lives on Instagram and whatnot. You know, there was a plan to do some demon time stuff, but it was just it didn't fall through. But you know, that was a wild time. But it was heavy creative mode, like you said. You know, home studios, and just figuring it out. Because who wants to stay stagnant? You can't do that, especially if you love it.
Okay.
Get creative as possible. Stay in that crib thing.
Period.
Come on.
Gotta let people give them a little advice, because it's hard to stay creative as a creative person or someone who's just tapping into their creativity. You need to hear the encouragements. It's okay to hear okay, you didn't want to do something today, get your ass up tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or if it's not tomorrow, you got 2 more days, end of the week. You can't just be stuck, you know? And you guys know, a lot of people just get stuck. And and sometimes I feel maybe it could be the environment, our city, maybe we don't have enough support within each other as a culture in the music scene, I don't know. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Yeah. And that's where, our roles do come into play, because we reach out, check on these people. At the day, it's I don't even like to look at it as this is a client or someone that, I'm working for. I look at it as family,
Yeah.
you want to see your people, you know, doing well and not in a slum. Like, what's up, bro? Talk to them.
Right. Right. So if you guys could do collaborations with other people in the city, who would you guys want your artists to collab with and stuff that you feel like y'all haven't tapped in yet, you know, or, you know, it's just, what do you...
But we open to work with the whole city.
Let them know.
The whole city.
Okay.
Anybody that's making music, of course.
I noticed with artists, you know, with certain artists, you get really particular about who you want to work with, different styles, you know, and, you know, different, you know, rap forms. And it's important to make things make sense, you know. And a lot of the artists that I do work with, they want things to happen organically. So it's, you don't really want to force too much of, you know, a mixture that, you know, isn't there from the jump. So it's hard.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I feel like that's the issue right there. People are
it is a little bit of an issue.
People are afraid to tap in to different genres and, you know, afraid to step out. Like maybe the trapper or the rapper with the neo soul, like, you know, maybe it could blend. Maybe
it can.
You know, you never know. That mindset, it gotta kind of stop.
It's tough.
You know,
it's tough to deal with.
You can tell me because I'm not. You know, I'm not a manager.
Egos come into play.
Okay,
Egos come into play.
Speak on that.
Because you got this.
Have you and your artists experienced egos? Like, have y'all reached out to people in the city and they're like, how's that? Well, especially where, you know, you got Mizzy. Mizzy isn't out right now. So how has that been? Like, have you still gotten the same love?
Yeah,
like,
of course, we get the same love. But there's always artists, and even them, sometimes I'll bring an artist up to them and it'll be like, nah, we better than that person. And I'll be like, what the hell? You feel me? Or it'll be like another artist that's higher and, you know, people will be like, can we work with them? And it'll be like, yeah, you could work with them. All it takes is a reach out. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay, that's real. That's some real shit. That is. All right, so I wouldn't be Cindy if I didn't try to get a little bit of tea. So, are you guys, you know, single? How is it being in this life and trying to maintain a relationship? You guys don't gotta go too deep, but, you know, a little advice. Like, we need it. Us females need it, you know, because maybe you do got a special someone and she doesn't understand, because sometimes it's very hard to understand why your man is at this club and this party and this studio till 10 a.m. and this, that, and the third. So please.
Yo, just don't fall for these hoes out here. Video vixens, none of that shit.
Facts.
It's all business, you know what I'm saying? It's all business. That's it.
Right.
That's all, you know. When girls are in the studios and the videos, it's all business.
Okay, so that's the advice you give to these new artists.
That's the advice I'm giving to everybody doing this music shit. So keep it business. Okay. That's it.
Okay, what about, come on.
Yes, I have a girlfriend. Shout out my baby Camille. She just had a birthday. Happy belated baby. I see you doing your thing.
Yeah. Let's take a drink to Camille. Come on. Happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday. Okay. So, how, like, you know, how does that, how do you, like, maintain that? Because
it's tough.
It's hard. Yeah,
it's tough,
you be everywhere.
It's tough.
You be in New York, Atlanta. You be traveling with your artists. You be supporting them. You too. You be in New York, interviews, all that.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You know, specifically what you said though. I'm gonna speak on that. You know, just staying focused, and you're gonna be around a lot of pretty women, and you gotta understand. You know, it's business there. I don't like to mix business with pleasure too much, but you know. It's definitely difficult in splitting that time. Like, say, for example, there was just the block party that happened in Boston that was going on at the same time as my girl's birthday. So it was like, all right, how can I potentially make both make sense to where, you know, I could still be there for both, you know, my passion, my love, and then my girl for my other passion and love, and just making it make sense.
Okay. And what about friends? Let's talk about friends. You got a friend that comes up to you, like, yo, bro, I dropped this bar. It's terrible. The shit's trash. You listen to it, terrible. Are you guys honest? Like, are you guys honest with the advice? Are you guys honest with the critiques? Like,
you know what? It's so crazy because there are people that bring me music all the time, right? And it's like, I look at it like I can't tell a person they good I can't tell a person they whack. Cause it's like,
come on.
If you good, I'm gonna say that shit's nice.
You know why I'm gonna say that? Because there's so much music that a nigga thought that would be whack. Yeah. And it turned out to be great. Yeah. So it's like, I can't really be the one to be like, yo, this shit's whack. I mean, like, to each his own, do your thing and keep on grinding. Consistency is key, you feel me?
I'll tell a person it's not ready for my area. My area's not ready for that.
It's the classy swag.
But like you said, it's like you never know. If I think it's trash, I'll be like, keep working, get back in the gym, go put up some more shots, some more layups. Get that package down because from what I'm hearing, I'm not a fan. But I'm never gonna tell someone like that shit's trash.
You can't break their hearts.
Artists, they're sensitive about that shit.
Artists are the most sensitive people in this whole thing industry.
That's true.
Yeah. They're pouring a lot of emotion. Yeah. Shout out to the artists.
Shout out to y'all. Y'all very emotional.
Shout out to therapy.
Emotional. So speaking of that, how do you you want to put this song out, you want to put this video out, how do you and your artist is like, fuck that, I don't want to do this. Do you just override or do you just let them rock and let them fall flat on their face and tell them I told you so later?
Nah, because if they fail, you fail. And in a sense, because that's a reflection of your work. But it's like, if I lay out some facts and you still don't agree with it, at the end of the day, it's not my music. So I can't force someone to be like, yeah, this is it, this is that. Labels do that, but I mean, if I lay down some facts, we could pitch it like this, it sounds amazing with the tape, this is like an outlier song, usually it goes well. Get a couple other opinions in there just to make it make sense. But like I said, at the end of the day, if it really isn't for the artist, which is, we're here in a position to make these artists as best as they can be, and they really feel a type of way, I'm not gonna stress over it.
Okay.
I like to. I feel exactly the same, but I like to let my artists just feel comfortable, so I let them drop any type of music they want. But if it's a song that I'm really feeling, I'll play it around other people and show the reaction. I'll get a text message or have a video and then show it to them and be like, yo, this is the one, bro. This is the one. You see how they reacting to it? And then they'll be like, how they go for that.
Proof is in the pudding.
Okay. All right. So I have a question. Do you guys feel like the music in Boston has potential to be as big as New York, Atlanta, Miami? And you know how in those cities the DJs are the reason why some of these artists pop? Exactly. Do you feel like the DJs in our city do you think they're holding us back? No. Y'all know I love my DJs, all the DJs. Shout out Soundscape, shout out Super Smash Bros. Those are my two fave sounds, two fave DJ family groups, everything. But do you feel like the other DJs in the city, and including them too, do you feel like they need to spin more of our tracks, or do you think they're doing their thing with helping us?
I would say the DJs that I'm connected with are doing their things. I would never place blame on the DJs, more so the infrastructure of the city and the music industry business that we have here, whether it's not where it needs to be, it needs to build up or whatever. But the DJs are doing their things. In terms of the radio, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even listen to radio no more. So but in terms of that, from what I've seen with the radio DJs, it's really reaching out to them, trying to create that connection, putting yourselves in the right position to be there. But radio is going to be radio. I'm really think about radio unless we're dealing with a super major hit where it's they have to play it at this point.
Okay. What?
If I feel like being as big as New York or Miami, I feel like it's a little bit far-fetched because it's we in a smaller type city. Okay. And I feel like the DJs are doing their part. It's just more so artists got to tap in. They got to connect with the DJs, show face, network too. Go to these DJs parties because ain't nobody going to spin your record and just be like, okay, I spin it and you never went to their party. It don't make sense. Show face, you know what I'm saying? You got to put in that grind work. So everybody just got to come together and work. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. But in terms of the music and it being there and having that potential, there's hella creative, artists within the city that I find every other day.
Yeah.
I just hearing, people singing and creating, even like stuff I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's there. It's definitely there.
All right. Have any of your artists collabed with any of the DJs in the city?
Yeah, for sure. Real P, Big Tunes, of course, Super Smash Bros. Gib DJ, one of the best producers, DJs in the city. Shout out to him. It's crucial. You have to.
Okay.
And
you guys were.
Well, I work with more so the younger crowds, so we're tapped in with the OG Damo.
Okay.
So that's the DJ we tapped into and drop records with.
Okay, nice. Wow, you guys, is there anything, any gems, any words of wisdom, anything to give the people before we wrap up? Anything, go ahead.
Ain't no hold up. And if you really feeling, if you really in that zone, ain't no motherfucking hold up.
Period.
Because we on that right now.
Okay.
Shout out to the city. Shout out to you, Sin.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Process coming out soon for Milkshot Benedict.
Okay.
Remedy coming out soon for them. All Right, We Getting It coming out with Maystar. Shout out to all the other artists making stuff, pop in the city. Yeah. C4, I can't wait for you to drop that. Spirit of a Warrior is going to be crazy. Miranda, Clark, all y'all, man, go crazy.
Period. Go ahead. Scoobz. Love you.
Shout out to the whole city, man, and stay consistent. That's my words of wisdom for everybody. Just stay consistent. I know sometimes it may feel like nobody's on your side or down with you just because you got 1 or 2 views. Just stay consistent. This shit gonna grow over time. You feel me? The views don't go down, they go up. You feel me? And shout out to the city. Free Mizzy Cash. Bro, be home soon. Mixtape dropping, and we got a video dropping 6/17. So if this dropped before or after, tap in. Mizzy Cash.
Tap in right now. What's wrong with y'all?
You gotta tap in before both of these guys and their artists blow up. You gotta be here.
We still
gonna
be
for you.
Yeah, we still gonna be here for you, though.
I'm here for you.
Numbers might change though.
We need that on a shirt. I'm here for you. I think y'all got something. Y'all got that. Y'all can take that. I'm here for you. Okay? Trademark.
I'm here for you.
I'm here for you. Sin, we here for you.
Thank you. I'm here for y'all. Love y'all.